Hello everybody and welcome to a different edition of Jack Rear Productions. Today Matthew and I are going to make our picks from where Medford High plays their football games.
We're at Hormel Stadium.
Hormel Stadium, okay. Alright Matthew, the first game we're going to pick is Carolina is getting 2.5 points at the Detroit Lions.
I'm picking Detroit in this one. This may sound like a tough pick, but I'm picking Detroit in this one. Detroit is favored by 2.5?
Yes.
Matthew Stafford's always been a good quarterback. They've been doing very good at home. Even if they don't lead in the fourth quarter, Matthew Stafford is always capable of pulling a comeback.
Okay.
Which he is.
Very good.
But I think they're actually gonna. I think they'll come back.
What's the score? What do you got?
I think this game is gonna be a 27-23 victory for Detroit.
Okay. Second game, the Buffalo Bills are getting 2.5 points at the Cincinnati Bengals.
I'm taking Buffalo on this one. Buffalo has showed their better team. Buffalo's the better team, and Cincinnati stinks.
Okay.
Tyrod Taylor's gonna have a breakout game. I think they're gonna win this game, 33-13.
33-13. Wow. Okay. The next game is a team that has trouble when they go in there. The Seattle Seahawks travel to the Los Angeles Rams at the Coliseum. The Rams are favored by 1.5 points. The Rams are actually 3-1 so far this year.
They lead the division, and I think they're going to continue to lead the division. I think they're going to win this one outright, 20-13.
And why?
Because the Rams have a good defense, and Jared Goff has shown that he can actually be a good quarterback.
Okay, the last game is the Green Bay Packers are getting 1.5 points at the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm taking Green Bay in this one because Dallas has shown they're not really that strong this year. Their defense has been pathetic. So, I'm going to bring Green Bay to win this one outright, 27-7.
27-7? All right.
Now it's time for Jack's turn.
All right, Jack's turn.
We're going to go rush to the end zone.
Jack wants to pick in the end zone, so we have to kind of trot down. Little pass. Actually, let's make the first pick at the 25-yard line. Okay.
Then we'll keep going.
Back up. Back up. All right, what do you have for the game? Carolina?
Carolina is getting 2.5 at Detroit.
All right, Carolina played very well last week against the Patriots by upsetting them. A little surprise here. Detroit, however, has been very good at home, like Matthew said, and Stafford has done a good job. He seems to pull games out all the time. He's got his good receiver in Doug Baldwin. No, not Baldwin. Golden Tate. And he also has Marvin Jones. They run the ball pretty well when they play at home. Carolina did a good job last week, like I said, but I think Detroit will be a little bit too much for them at Detroit, and it's tough to win 2 games in a row on the road. Detroit 28, Carolina 21.
Okay, now we're going to the 20-yard line.
No, 15-yard line. All right, the next game, the Buffalo Sabres. The Buffalo Bills are getting 2.5 points at the Bengals. Buffalo's played very well this year, and I said that they were going to have a better season than most people thought because they have a good defense, and they showed again last week by going to Atlanta. They beat Denver and Atlanta in back-to-back weeks. That's very impressive. Cincinnati's been awful this year. I know they beat the Browns last week. Does that even count as a win, really? I don't know. I like McCoy. Jordan Matthews is a decent receiver for Buffalo.
And Tyrod
Taylor's done a good job. I used to get on his case, but he's gotten better. He seems like he's improved. I'm very impressed with that. Cincinnati has Dalton, and yes, they have A.J. Green, but you know what? They've been shaky, even though they have 2 good running backs in Giovanni Bernard, and who else? I was mixing them up.
Joe Mixon and Jeremy Hill.
And
Joe Mixon is a rookie.
I don't care about Joe Mixon. So I like Buffalo to win outright 24-20 in this game.
Okay, now we're going down to the 5-yard line.
5-yard line. What's the next game?
What is the game?
I don't know. The Rams.
The Rams are giving...
The Rams are favored by 1.5 points at Seattle.
Versus Seattle.
At Los Angeles.
Versus.
Basically, the Los Angeles Rams have always played very well against Seattle at home, either in St. Louis or in Los Angeles last year. The Seahawks have been very shaky on offense recently. I know they had a good game last week against the Colts. The Colts aren't a very good team. They miss Marshawn Lynch, I think. They're not the same team running the football like they were a couple of years ago. They really haven't been the same team since. They really haven't been the same team since they lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, to be honest with you.
Maybe it's Super Bowl hangover forever.
I don't know about that. I like Russell Wilson, though, by the way. Now, the Rams, Jared Goff has really improved as a quarterback. He looks 1,000 times better than he did last year. The Rams always have a good defense. They smash you in the mouth with Robert Quinn and Aaron Donald, sorry. Also, the Rams wide receivers, I don't remember their names. You tell me, Matthew. They have decent receivers.
They have Sammy Watkins.
Sammy Watkins, which was a good trade from Buffalo, which I still don't understand why. And they have a good tight end, too, who they picked up, who I think is a rookie. He's done very well for them. Seattle will lose this game to the Rams. I think it'll be close, though. We'll say 23-20.
Now let's go to the end zone for the touchdown. Best game of the week.
The last game of the week will be the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. Green Bay's had their problems at times this year, but they're 3-1. And the Cowboys have looked really shaky, especially on defense. I know their offense is pretty good with Zeke Elliott and Dak Prescott, and they can throw the ball with Jason Witten and Dez Bryant and Beasley. But defensively, they can't stop anybody. They let Trevor the Traction Engine Simeon throw the ball all over them, who's not a good quarterback if you saw how he played last week. Sorry, Bronco fans. I love the Broncos. I can't stand Simeon. He's not that good. And you'll get Aaron Rodgers this week. Aaron Rodgers, I think, will do very well against this defense. Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb, who's the tight end?
Martellus Bennett,
who's not done much so far this year. I just think Dallas is going to have a hard time stopping them. Green Bay's defense isn't the greatest, but it's better than Dallas's. I think Green Bay will score their points. Dallas will get some, but the final score will be 31-21 Packers.
that was actually a good spin.
Good spin. All right. Thank you for watching this edition of Jack Rieger Productions. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a nice day.
This video is not sponsored by the NFL.